bonus as we continue along our travels to the Tomb of Annihilation. Before we jump in, I want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to Team MZ. They do a great job supporting small streamers like us. Check them out on Twitter. Many-Sided Dice, who we talk about just about every Monday here, has their great magical items compendium for 5e called The Lost Artifacts of Greygast. If you follow them on Twitter, you may be aware that they have just actually managed to work out a deal with Fantasy Grounds to get that available on Steam. So if you happen to play D&D and use Fantasy Grounds through Steam, definitely check out their stuff there. And lastly, a quick shout out to Nightshade Creations, who make all manner of little dice trays and cool things like there. Save them for last because I want to remind people about a very special episode this Friday night. Instead of the normal Storm King's Thunder, we have a one-shot being run by Christy Mysticwater, which is going to be don't know much about the theme other than it's sort of a cross-up between like anime and the world that Critical Role took place in. So if you're watched either one of those, definitely something to check out this Friday night, 8 to 11. Important part, though, and why I save Nightshade Creations to the end, is the Dish of Shame they were nice enough to share with our Friday night normal DM, Michael, is being raffled off at our mid-show break. So definitely pop in, check it out. You'll get to see Michael as a player, and you'll get to see between the four of us the three of us and Michael drive Christy completely insane.
Pretty much.
And with that, we will jump into where we left off last week. For lack of a better term, the boys are back in town as our group has made it back to Port Nyanzaru. And after going about their separate ways for a little bit to take care of some personal errands, some minor fraud, our group has made their way back to the Thundering Lizard. We had Devaney talking to the harbor master, learning about some potential to earn some money by catching some pirates that they're pretty sure may or may not be located where they were warned there were pirates before by that lovely individual who got them the Fabio of Holding. We had, I believe it was Solana and Dave who went to the jewelry district to sell some of their stuff, and with a little minor fraud there, managed to make out a little better off than they were initially going to. And then we had Quen, who stopped by to see, to try to see an old friend, but also to see one of the merchant princes who she was staying with, was given some additional information and a rather tempting offer to hunt down a shield guardian and to receive a magical spell book from this merchant prince. And he showed just one of the spells from the book, which happened to be a slightly higher level than Quen was currently able to cast, to sort of sweeten the pot. Our group had met back up at their inn. Melik proceeded to play for the evening's rest for everyone. Quen had also attempted to make contact with the other guide that the merchant prince had mentioned, was not present at the inn, so left a message to have this person find them at the Thundering Lizard next morning. As Melik was winding down the evening's entertainment, everyone was preparing for bed. A strange iron coin was thrown at Melik's feet on the stage, which I believe, if I remember correctly, Devaney scooped that up.
Sure did. For sure.
She stole it.
Now, before we jump into tonight's, as you guys were going through and everything was going on during the
Oh no! I went away.
Party. Oh, yes, you did. You ran away.
I'm
back.
coming back.
before you guys turn into bed for the evening, I need all 4 of you to go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
Oh.
I had my thumb on a perception roll, but
Yeah.
okay, we'll do this.
Wow.
Leave it to me. Whatever. I'm gonna get the best one now.
Wait, no, I don't think that.
No, that didn't work. You just rolled a
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Go ahead and enter it one more time.
Oh wait, what? Oh.
There's
Where you put the space
one
between
and
it, it literally just rolled the 1.
Yeah. Whew.
Okay.
There you go.
That was what I get is
Okay.
good.
Okay, so I'm going to run through, as you guys are going through evening, and you're sort of listening in, just hearing, and taking in the atmosphere at the Thundering Lizard, you start to hear small groups of people just over, sort of chit-chatting, and you start to hear people talking about rumors, goings-on in the jungle. Devonay, as you're sitting there, you see a couple of older folks sort of leaning in close, talking to each other. They're talking about something called the Order of the Gauntlet. Keep
Oh my
hearing
God.
people talking about the Order of the Gauntlet coming to clean the jungle of the undead. But they're not doing such a great job. They lost one of their encampments not too long ago. They tend to be sending emissaries up and down the river Shoshenstar to get more supplies and Templars from Port Nyanzaru. As you're thinking about it a little, you're thinking you may have met one of these people, and it sort of irritated them a little bit
A lot.
at the beginning. Well, we don't know how much Bonebreaker was upset by everything that happened back then.
They were nice to me. I was like looking after the goats. Where's a pen?
Solana, as you're sitting and watching this, and again enjoying libations, just relaxing for the evening, you hear seems to be either a dating couple or a married couple, a male and female, just really into each other, talking about this new beautiful Halloran ship called the Star Goddess that was supposed to come to port recently. It never showed up.
Ooh.
People are betting that it's crashed somewhere in the jungle.
Wait, somewhere in the jungle, a ship?
Sorry, Halloran airship.
Oh, an
Should make
airship.
sure it's a little clearer. Airship.
Guys,
People are
let's
thinking
find
is-
this airship.
Okay.
So
We'll actually jump over. We'll come back to Melik, where Melik's in performing. So,
Solana needs a pen. Hold on. Oh, whatever, I'll just go.
so,
Oh, I know.
so Quinn, as you're listening and everything's going on within the tavern this evening, you see a very old, grizzled, partially balding man sitting, talking to himself and to anybody who'll listen, just out talking about rumors and legends of the realm, talking about how a peaceful tribe of fishermen that used to be known as the Aldani once angered the great god Ubtao by catching and eating every single lobster in Ubtao's river. As punishment for their greed, they were all transformed into hideous monsters that dwell somewhere in the Aldani Basin.
Like lobster folk?
Lobster people, huh?
Lobster.
Well, this guy doesn't really sound like Quen's type anyways, so I don't think he's really interested in spending any time. But take notes of what he hears about this myth of lobster people.
And then that brings us lastly to Melik, who is, you hear this is starting to wrap up for the evening. Played your last encore. People are just sort of relaxing. The last couple of people at the bar, most of your party has started to turn into the rooms that you managed to obtain for everyone. And you hear these people talk about a ruined city far along the River Tath, past Kahakla Gorge. Rumors say no one's traveled past there, but
I think we did.
it's just that the people who make it out of there mostly keep quiet about what they found. They have it on good authority that the ruins are guarded by something.
I want to find the airship.
As you hear them talking about and you're thinking about the locations, the river, the Kahakla Gorge, a lot of these locations seem a little familiar to you. As you're thinking the ruins they may be talking about in that area may have been Orlunga.
We went
And
there,
then is
didn't we?
Yep. That's where you met Sajan Baza.
The snake woman?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I see why people
And
don't talk about
there's,
it.
As you get ready to head up, and then the last couple of people are leaving the bar, and as they're getting to the door, oh man, can't wait. Dinosaur races tomorrow.
What'd you say?
What? The races tomorrow.
For the public?
find-
Like,
You can find places to bet on them anywhere.
oh, that sounds great. Where are they taking place?
They run through all the streets in Nyanzaru.
Dive in.
Get up early and see what you can do.
Okay,
Enter-
do I have to
Can I
ride
enter
dinosaur?
in my own dinosaur?
Wait, okay, the two of you were talking at once.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Malik.
Dinosaur?
Oh, I suppose you could enter yourself if you wanted to. Most people just bet on them, let the jockeys do the riding.
Cool. Hope you like the performance tonight. I'll see you kids at the gambling tomorrow.
And Solana, what were you asking?
So do we have to enter in our own dinosaur?
Nope.
Can
They're
we?
racing dinosaurs. You can choose to,
Oh.
you can race on it. You can bet on it.
Okay. I'm
All sorts of
considering
different-
racing on a dinosaur. That would be super fun.
So as you guys turn in for the evening, you wake to the light noises of the morning bar the next morning. You can hear food starting to be prepped, things like that. The day is yours. You have Quen is expecting a guest at some point, or hoping for a guest at some point this morning.
I'm waiting for that old lady, who's a guide whose name escapes me right now. It's like Coco or something like that.
It's
Iku.
Yep.
Iku. My homegirl Iku. Where is she at?
So, before I turn in for the night, can I do a history check on that coin that I found? Or
You mean the coin
not
that you
found,
stole?
picked up. That I picked up.
That you
Yeah,
stole?
go ahead. Let's see here. Give me a second. Let me find my information on this
Took
here.
it. I don't care.
Okay.
You might get it back. Who knows?
Go ahead and make a history check. Wow. Okay, as you're looking it over, and with that roll, you don't know, even with that roll, you don't know a whole lot about it. You've heard of this society called the Tepka Society that basically tries to maintain this sort of social fabric of the realm. When they feel that somebody is starting down the wrong path or starting down a path that could lead them to committing wrongs against the society, it anonymously warns people by delivering an iron token. That's all they do, though, until they take action. They deliver a warning. If the warning is ignored, then they proceed through proper Chalton channels.
All right, so I'm going to lurk in the hallway and stop Melk before he enters his room.
Oh, so we are rewinding to last night. Melek, you have a stalker.
All right.
In a sense, I guess. And I will dig out the coin and show it to Melek. Do you know what this is?
It's a coin.
Not just any coin.
Okay.
Able to
I'm
spend this somewhere.
assuming you're gonna tell me what it is. So, what is it?
Well, it means that somebody noticed your, I guess it would say, extra money that you got while selling items. And this coin means that they noticed, and they're warning you that if you do something like that again, they probably will take more severe action.
What does more severe action mean?
Like maybe the city guard noticing and throwing you in jail.
Here, like, what does it matter? We're gonna be out of here in like a day or so, anyways.
Well,
It's our race tomorrow, and I have the perfect plan to make just the craziest amount of money.
just be warned. If something happens to you, I'm not going after you. I'll leave you here.
Ooh, that's cold.
I told you.
Cold as ice.
Keep on it. I said, because that was hurtful, and I'll see you in the morning.
I will offer the coin to Melek, hold it out. It's yours.
Literally going to ignore that and walk past you into my room.
All right, I'll go into my room.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do with the evening?
No good.
Okay, so now we jump back. Morning
Okay.
comes. Everyone is awakening, and you hear the light sounds of the bar. A little more exciting than it was the last, or it seems to be a little more energetic than the last time you were here. Melek, as you were the only one downstairs when you heard the people mentioning the dinosaur races, as you're sort of coming to consciousness and getting ready for the morning, just sort of thinking maybe that has a little to do with that extra hitch in the giddy up that seems to be going on around here.
Explain the
Energy.
phrase "hitch in the giddy up."
Sorry, a little extra bounce in the step.
And the giddy up.
A
That
little
is
more
the
energy.
that is the folksiest thing I've heard all year.
Yeah.
your DM is old. So,
It's
what
so
would everyone
early
be
in the
doing with the
morning.
morning? As you guys are looking out the windows of your respective rooms, again, much of the same. Very sort of light haze to the air. No outright rain at the moment, though.
I go down for breakfast.
I find the
Yeah.
barkeep once more, cleaning everything up, a little extra jump to the step.
Good morrow, barkeep. I will have a ration of rations. A tray of rations.
What do you want? Do you want meat? You want...
Can I have blueberry pancakes and also some bacon?
Okay. Oh, let's see. Pancakes with some berries in them and bacon. I can do that for you.
Okay, cool. Now I'm hungry. Like in real life. Now I really want blueberry pancakes.
He disappears out into the back. Start getting your food together.
Cool. I'm gonna sit down at a table.
Okay. What would the rest of the group be doing as Solana's down getting her food?
Go down, get some breakfast, and then I'll wait around in the common room, see if the lady shows up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Quen will just be having a single black cup of coffee as he waits for Iku.
Okay.
I mean, Malik's gonna eat breakfast. I made a big proclamation out of character last night where I said, Malik is in on this scam. Dave the human is incredibly anxious about this decision, but I'm gonna stick it. So I'm gonna sit down next to Solana.
Okay. Hey, Malik. What's up?
So, okay, I heard something crazy last night. You get out how all these people are around here?
Yeah.
This is happening today.
No way.
Yeah. With Bon Jovi, I don't remember your dinosaurs' names.
Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, and Freddie Mercury. No Bon Jovi yet.
One.
I didn't hear what you said because your microphone cut out.
Dinosaur. Are you gonna put him in the race?
Tom Petty would be the fastest, probably. Freddie Mercury flies, but I don't think that's allowed. Bob Dylan's gonna be slow unless it's a swimming race. See, they're multifaceted.
I see.
Do you want to
wanna do
ride
it?
one? Because they need a rider. No, you should ride it.
I'll ride the dinosaur. Yeah,
You wanna
I'll...
ride the dinosaur? Wait. Is this gonna get us in trouble with Devine?
It's just a fun dinosaur race for fun.
Okay. As long as Devine doesn't get mad at us, because she does that and then she stomps her feet and stuff.
You hear floating across the tavern, make sure you register the dinosaur before you start, or else if you win, you won't get the money.
Go register the dinosaur. Let's go.
She's got like ears like a hawk or something.
We shouldn't talk about it while we're still in the bar.
Okay, we're gonna go. This indicates that we're moving. I
So
doubt
is,
that they'll question a giant dinosaur appearing out of nowhere as they conjure him out of thin air.
Good point. Let's go find a spot where no one's at.
In this city?
Where are we at on this map right now? One more time,
So let me grab it here. So you guys are in.
Oh, I thought we were down there.
You are right around in this section
Yeah.
here.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Really? Did I click that and it was dead center already on my screen? Yes, apparently so. So is
Okay, well, let's go to like maybe here where there are trees, and maybe we can summon Tom Petty.
Actually,
Because
there's
I
something
can't
we'll
see
be
how this will
summoning.
go wrong at all. What if
Oh, me
what if
either, it'll
we
be
have,
great.
like, a very fast Velociraptor? Tom Petty won't win against that.
We believe.
Okay.
so
Let's
go
do
ahead
it.
and make a. So you guys are trying to do this, out of sight. So say go.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then we'll say go ahead and make an investigation check. If one of you wants to help, one of you can roll it with advantage. Basically, you look. Yeah, so it doesn't take you long to find a little secluded alley that no one's around for Solana to take care of her conjuration.
Okay.
And who are you summoning?
I am summoning Tom Petty.
Okay,
got the
and he is
fastest land
the
spell.
Allosaur, right?
Allosaur.
Okay. So, as you conjure him, get mounted up, so to speak, and we'll actually with that roll, we'll let that stand as you guys are now heading off in town to find the starting point.
Wait, before we leave the spot, I am gonna cast Alter Self.
Okay.
Work for me. Oh, it did twice. My bad. And this time I'm gonna come in the form of a slightly shorter, stouter young lady named Melly. Don't know you, Solana.
Okay, I'll walk the other way.
And you have to respond to our Twitch chat. Tom Petty always has performance anxiety.
Oh no!
So as okay, if Malik's going the other way, Solana, go ahead and make a investigation check as you are looking for basically the entrance point for this race. Is Malik's got an investigation check? We're going to let that run for Malik to find the.
So investigatory.
Not bad, and it's not that hard. Is you're riding on a dinosaur, so people are sort of pointing you in the direction. And Malik, you don't have.
Melik's on the dinosaur.
Oh, Malik's riding, and you're.
Yeah.
I peaced out.
You pieced out. I thought that you were riding the dinosaur.
Dinosaur now. Go ride the dinosaur.
I ride the dinosaur. Okay, I looked for the entrance of the race.
Oh, it's again not that hard to find.
Okay.
As Malik, I'm assuming you're looking for the betting arena. Okay, so as you guys are going on your way, we will jump back over to the Thundering Lizard with Quen and Devaney sitting there. Is there anything you two would be doing while you're waiting to see if this individual shows up?
Now.
Sit who now?
Right now.
So what time?
What time? Yeah.
Yeah, what time is it?
Sun's probably been up for maybe an hour.
Okay.
It's still fairly early. You guys popped up in had an early morning.
Gotcha. Well, Devaney, what say you to a nice game of dragon chess? While we wait.
Yeah, we could start one. Just thinking she might not show until after the dinosaur race.
Hmm.
But I will dig out my set and set it up on the table. Now, you said before you didn't know how to play and you wanted to learn. Was that it?
Yeah, I would love to. I never learned. We don't have these in the Feywild.
Oh, I'd be glad to teach you.
Okay, so as you guys are going, start playing your game, get probably about maybe 20, 25 minutes into it. The door to the bar opens, and you see a rather somewhat aged-looking woman come in, orange and gold, sort of like headband across her forehead, braided, braids almost like a dread style, with feathers woven into the ends of the braids. Comes walking in, slightly leaning on a staff as she walks in.
Nice. I see her, and I try and catch her attention by waving at her.
And you get a slight nod and slowly walks over to the two of you. I assume you were the ones who were seeking me.
Yes. Are you Lady Iku?
Yes, I am, and you would be. It was Quen, I believe, correct?
That's it. Quen Moonsbow, at your service. Would you like to have a seat?
Yes, thank you. And sits yourself down next to you.
Oh.
Why have you sought me out?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for coming. Have you eaten breakfast yet? Are you hungry?
No, I am fine, thank you.
All right. Well, I guess just to cut to the chase. So we're adventurers, for lack of a better term, and we were out in the jungle for some time. And well, let me back up. When we came to Chult here to try and put an end to this death curse nonsense going on. We were sent by an archmage named Sindra Sylvain, and we've been in the jungle sort of just looking around and like kind of following our own footsteps a lot of the time, but we're looking for what's called a lost city. And I was speaking with a patron and the host of Sindra Sylvain, who's here in Port Nyanzaru, if perchance he knew anybody who had a better idea of where the lost city might be, and he gave me your name.
Yes, the city you seek is called Omu,
Omu.
and well, do you have a map of the area? I can show you.
Yes, please.
We already have a rough idea of where Omu is. Is what is marked on our map correct?
Well, I can definitely see here. And as you guys roll out the map in front of her, and she takes a few minutes, sort of, taking her hand and doing the like finger and thumb, tracing spots out between. Takes a little bit of time, but seems to be within a few miles of. So it seems to be pretty accurate where you have it marked with your X here.
Right, but is the city just in there in the jungle? Like, what's around it? Like, are there things in it? Like, I just want to make sure that we're not really getting ourselves into a mess that we can't get out of.
I'll say go ahead and make a persuasion check on this one, Gwen.
Persuasion.
She looks at you and says, but for the most part, it is in between the two mountains that creates most of its defense. But again, there are all manner of creatures in the jungle that would live even within the city.
I see. Well, I guess it's really just up to us to put an end to this evil.
If you can truly end this death curse, as you have said, it would aid a great many people.
Right. Devaney, do you have any questions for Lady Iku?
No, I don't. My major question was if the site we had on our map was correct. Because we will be going there eventually.
Do we know if Azaka is coming with us? Or who else is coming with us besides Dragonbait?
I have not spoke to either of them if they are coming to Omu.
Oh, I understand. So, it looks like we don't even know if we'll have those who can help us get
I
there.
mean, we can try to persuade them to come along with us, but I have not asked them yet.
I see. Well, Lady Iku, do you know of anyone who can help us? If so, we need it?
If the others are not willing to travel with you, come find me at the inn. My rates are, if you are seeking a guide, it is 5 gold pieces per day, 30 days up front. So for 150 gold, I will lead you for a month. We should be able to be there if there are no altercations or problems.
Our problem is not getting there, as we've already traveled quite a bit in the jungle. Our problem will be once we get to the city itself.
Right. Because we don't really know what is in or around or what the terrain is like to even get into the city.
That we would have to see upon arrival. It is deep in the jungle, not many go there. The farthest I tend to travel southward is to Nangalore.
Jeez, it's almost as if this city is lost.
A great many people would call it that.
Alright, well, I think that's everything we had for you, Lady Eco, unless anything came up for Devaney.
No, I thank you for your time.
Yes.
It is a pleasure. You know where to find me.
Thank you very much.
With that, she sort of stands up and slowly makes her way back out, nodding to the barkeep on the way.
How can she guide? She's like 100 years old.
Well, Quinn, do you want to watch a dinosaur race?
Alright. But first, I think I have your queen.
Uh-oh.
As you guys are finishing up your game of chess and preparing, we jump back over to Solana and Melly. So, Melly, you managed to find a rather large sort of almost like an open air, looks sort of like a Wall Street trading pit, where there's just a massive number of people gathered, and there are people with little notepads standing waiting as the different dinosaurs and their jockeys are sort of being sort of like paraded around in a little like waiting pen. As you're sitting there
okay.
waiting in the distance, you can see a familiar sight as you see Tom Petty slowly making his way through. And Solana, as you approach this sort of holding pen area, you get a couple of rather gruff-looking guards looking at you. What we got here?
A dinosaur that wants to race today.
You're seeking to enter the race. What? Let's see. That's okay. Looks down at a card. Okay, that's two-legger. Okay, so you got two options for you. We got the first race of the day. Which actually, now that I think about it, yours only got 2 legs, so I can't do that one. So we have a second race of the day, which is for 2-legged beasts. Or we got our third race of the day, which is the no holds barred, unchained race.
Oh dear. That sounds like Mad Max. And that scares me. What about the second one?
Well, if you're looking at the 2-legged race, it's that's. He sort of calls over and you see one of the handlers coming. It's sort of sizing up Tom Petty to some of the other Allosauruses they have in the pen. And yours is a little large to be going. You sure you wouldn't be more interested in the no holds barred race?
Sure. Why not? That sounds fun.
It's just, you know, and as he points to the other Allosaurus, did you notice these are the ones that are typically racing look to be like very young adolescent dinosaurs, and Tom Petty stands about a head and a half above them. So as he gets you situated and, you know, brings it in, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh dear. Where's my sheet? Okay, perception.
Okay, not bad. So as you're looking around, and you can see as they're getting everything lined up for the first race, for the 4-legged race, you can see it's a large number of 4-legged dinosaurs with hard pointed shells and short, rather prehensile tails. And then a couple of triceratops that you've seen out there, and they seem to be getting, let's see, they've got 9 of them spread out there for the first run for the 4-legged race. Malik, as you're starting to hear the betters starting to call out for the 4-legged race that they're running first, and you see people jumping and offering bets on the different dinosaurs, and they're calling out the odds to the different ones. You've got where did I put my list of names? I lost my list of names. Okay. I lost my list of names for the 4-legged, so rather than put it on the spot, we're just going to call them 1 through 9. So it's literally, they've got the favorite. He's favored to win 7-1. We've got 2 is 5-1, 3-1, 2-1. There you go. 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-5, 1-7.
I'm guessing.
Say who?
Okay, they
Yep.
decrease, right?
Yeah, so basically, you can go as, you know, bet on the underdog, you get 7 for every 1 you make. You bet on the favorite, you get 1 for every 7 you bet.
Tom Petty was rated for the later race.
They haven't gone into it as of yet.
So, okay.
You're
gonna
cutting.
bump around a little bit.
Okay.
Assumed persona of Nelly. So it's pretty raucous in here, huh? Like, is there anybody that's like?
Oh, it's basically people just shouting out, calling out. Lane 1, 25 gold. Lane 4, 200 gold.
She's gonna fumble a bit, kind of like looking for someone to talk to one-on-one. Kind of like, is there anybody that I can just like write something down with? Or okay, lane 1, 10 gold.
Okay. Now, it's your option. When you say lane 1, you're talking about you're betting on the favorite?
Race.
Oh, okay. So we're betting 10 gold on lane 1. So as another 5-10 minutes goes by, they shut down the betting and give a couple of moments, and then you watch as a little ways up in the distance you see someone fire off what looks to be, run their hand over the top of some sort of small staff, and then a very small fireball goes up into the air and then just bursts into flame, and you watch as all the dinosaurs take off running. And I need you to go ahead and roll 1d8 for me.
Oh.
Okay. So as you watch, they're going back and forth. Got lane number 1 seems to be selling back in second and third. A few minutes goes by, and as they take that last corner, you notice your friend there start to come up to the lead, and actually manages to sneak in back into first place just as they cross the finish. As you hear
Wow!
a bunch of people start cheering, you get some other people cursing, you hear glass breaking. They go around and start settling up with people. And as the person you had called over to sells up, writes you out a little ticket to go pick up your money from the cashier. You would bet 10, and you're going to make me do math because you get paid out at... okay, let's do this. That's... Okay.
7?
Really? No, because it's divided by 7. So, so they give you, out of that 10 gold you bet, you make 14 silver back.
Peace.
You bet on the favorite, payout's rough on a favorite. So as they start calling out for race number 2 for the 2-legged race.
Ask the man I was talking to a question really quick that
Sure.
was handing me the money.
Yep.
Really what I was expecting. I've never gambled before.
Do you see this wide grin? So how can I help you out then?
Well, I do intend to bet on the second race. I'll do that first. I was wondering though, the race was so much fun to watch. It was such a delight. It's my first time here in Port Nyanzaru and such a great day to be here. What a great city. Would it be possible for me to meet the man that I bet on and his dinosaur? They were so cool. We don't have dinosaurs like that where I'm from.
I'm sure we could try to arrange something up, but you said you wanted to bet on the second race first, and that's going to start in a few minutes. So.
Let's see. How
we got
many dinosaurs are in this one?
Well, we got a couple to go over here. We got 9 coming in for the 2-legged race today. So we
Then I'm
got.
number 5, and I'll put 20 gold down for it.
Well, let me tell you who they are. These are.
Kind of want to meet the guy that I was watching.
Okay.
Besides, isn't it more fun with a little bit more chance?
Okay. Okay. This is just straight 1-to-1. And you said 20? Okay. So as he hands you a little ticket for that, and they start getting the 2-legged race ready to go, and he reaches over, calls over to somebody, and they send the guard down to see if they can hunt down the jockey. About 2 or 3 minutes goes by, and again you hear that slight of the pop of some sort of arcane. Basically, it's like a small firecracker going off, just enough to signal the start of the race. And the smaller 2-legged dinosaurs take off running. As this is going on in the background, you see what can only be described as a minuscule male, sort of looks to be maybe half elven or some sort of elvish descent to his face, very sort of thin. He comes walking up. Oh, hi. And standing all of 5'1". This person is tiny. I understand you like the race.
Well, it was just incredible. Hi, I'm Nellie.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. My name's Style.
Miles, it's a little bit, well, it's a little bit embarrassing. I was hoping I could ask a quick favor of you.
I can try. It's always nice to meet a fan.
Sorry, I'm a little bit starstruck. I'm gonna lean down and whisper in his ear and cast suggestion on him.
Okay.
That off really quick.
Okay. Actually, that's just verbal, and yeah, there's no somatic, so there's no sleight of hand check required. So, okay. Let's see. I don't. Yeah. It's. What's your DC? This is just gonna be a straight.
It's 15.
Okay. Next, let me just check and see. I think they're just an even roll for regular people, but wrong book. This is why they warn you to be ready for strange things when you're DMing, because your players will always throw you for a loop. Do I have just regular Beyond in here? No, I don't. Wow. How many books am I going to jump through? Okay, there we go. Commoner. Okay, that's just a straight roll. So, let's see if we go roll 1d20. And he fails. So what are you suggesting to Style?
During the time of this race, I'm going to need you to take the biggest dinosaur, that big, strong dinosaur that you have, and literally sabotage every other dinosaur in that race. The third race, besides that big, pretty Allosaurus over there. Mention a word of this to anyone, ever, for the rest of your little life.
Okay. So, as he just nods and then disappears.
Race. Make it look like an accident.
Okay, so as he starts heading off.
So much. Oh, this was such a pleasure. But my styles. Good luck in your next race.
So go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Melik. Okay. As you turn around and you notice that second race is over. And the guy behind the counter has got sort of a not as much of a grin on his face as he hands you back over the same 20 gold you just bet. Well, you got lucky. Your racer came in, you broke even. So
I mean,
now we got the
to
big
be
one.
honest, in the first race, at least something happened. Don't you think?
We do have a no holds barred race coming up in a few minutes. That's our third race where anything goes. The dinosaurs and the riders are completely unchained, free to attack. They can do anything they like within the race.
This sounds so exciting. You know what? Just to match the pace of this third race, why don't we make my bet just as exciting? I'm going to bet the rest of my money, which is 65 gold pieces and some change, on
Well, okay. So we have,
dinosaurs.
for our third and our final race, the Unchained race, we have the favorite of the races, a big honker. He's a rather vibrant young tyrannosaur. We have Hoop Tower's favorite, who is a young triceratops. We have Banana Candy. It's a rather well-trained hadrosaur. We have
The names and races where I'm from are like that, so that makes sense.
we have Bone Cruncher, rather ill-tempered Allosaurus. Then
Okay.
we have Grung Stomper, a young Ankylosaur. Scarback, who is a
Mhm.
younger Tyrannosaurus, but it's probably running its last race. It got a little beaten up last time. Then we have Nasty Boy, a newer Allosaurus that has only been racing a little time, but has a very well-known trainer in these races. Then
I'm
we
sure
have
an apt name.
Tom Petty, which is some random woman showed up with a riding an Allosaurus. She wanted to try her hand at racing today, so we got her in there. And then our last entry for the no holds bar is a Mountain Thunder, which is a Dimetrodon. He's a little older, but seems to survive every race without a scratch on him. But that's usually because he's in last place.
Okay. Well, lots of fun options. Maybe the underdog, but it seems like that one just kind of loses all the time. So maybe I'll go one step up. It's probably between the Banana Candy. Is that what you said?
Oh, we got Banana Candy is the hadrosaur. Then we got the other one you mentioned, Tom Petty, was an Allosaurus. So, I don't know much about his rider. He was rather big for a
Oh.
jockey, though, sort of strange. Full-size person, you know? Most jockeys are like Styles over there, that little teeny people.
Passion, and I like that. I don't know this girl, but I think I like the cut of her jib. Having some change on the random girl and Tom Petty.
Oh, okay, so we got 65 gold, and what's the rest?
Her.
Huh?
14 silver.
Okay,
One.
okay. So what we are going to do
5
here...
for your life, Matt.
Okay, so what we are going to do here is I'm going to have y'all be making some rolls here.
Oh.
So, let's see. Give me a second. I got to write out my list here. So I make sure I've got each dinosaur person. I'm going to make this an interactive race.
Oh.
Yeah, you're in this one, so this isn't just one roll and see what happens. Okay, Where is... I'm just trying to make sure I get it all marked down here. Then we have... Okay, and the last one is Mountain Thunder. Okay, so Malik, I am gonna ask you to make rolls for Grung Stomper. And you mentioned banana candy, so we'll give you banana candy too. Then Devaney, I'm going to ask you to roll for, just go down the remainder, for Big Honker and Ubtau's favorite. And Quen, I'm going to ask you to roll for Bone Crusher and Scarback. And then I'll take care of Nasty Boy and Mountain Thunder. So the way these races work, for where we're now actually involved in the race, is there is no initiative in this race. We're all going to be rolling, each one, it all happens at the same time based on the animal handling check and what you're trying to get your dinosaur to do. And again, given certain interference due to a spell, you may or may not have disadvantage on your roll.
We had a question about Bardic Inspiration. Do I use it before or after?
Okay. How many uses of Bardic Inspiration do you have, Malik? You have 3?
I have 6 in total.
Wow.
Currently, I have 6.
Okay. And is there a range on Bardic Inspiration, or it's anybody you can see, right?
I'm pretty sure it's anybody that can see and hear me. Like, anybody that I can yell at.
And what's your passive perception, Solana? Yours is high, right?
Mine's, my passive perception. Hold on.
I think it's over a 15.
Oh yeah, it's 17.
Yeah, you're fine. So yeah, basically, then yeah, you would roll it after if you chose to.
Okay. And do I have to roll animal handling? Because this is technically a fae, and they obey any verbal commands I give to them.
Right. So you're having them do certain tasks, so there is a role involved. Given that yours is a summoned animal, you're going to have advantage on your rolls. And again, because of Grung's interference, courtesy of the spell, whoever Grung happens to be nearest at that moment is going to have disadvantage based on who Malik decides to have Grung interfering with.
Okay.
So basically, Solana sets up next to everyone. Actually, let's see here. As you're looking and you're sitting front and center, Solana, and you've got the other people in their lanes beside you. Looking, you hear a little person standing up in the little thing right above you guys, about 10, 15 feet in front. Okay, race. It's 300 feet long. Now, you guys are just going straight down this main area. You got people on both sides of you. As you know, this is the unchained race, which means no muzzles on the front. So, keep in mind, the more you tend to have these guys biting at each other, the more on route they're going to get. But the crowd's here for the blood. So, keep them running through. You can push them harder if you think they can handle it. And whoever gets to the end first wins.
Malik!
Go Tom Petty lady! Woo!
I just cursed this guy.
So for all of you mechanically, as you are now actual racers, so well, I'll roll, see how your animal handling checks go, what you're putting in for the, how much you want to push them for speed, trying to get to 300 at the end first.
I'm sorry, Dave, is your Bardic Inspiration D6 now or D8?
8.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And that works for, is it saves and checks or just checks for inspiration?
I think it's it's any D20 roll.
Beautiful. What'd you say, Dave? Is that right?
Questions like I know how to play a bard.
My other card is
it's
a
anything
bard,
but-
so I can
Oh,
help.
okay. So,
And
yeah, wait until after it rolls the d20, but before the succeed or fail. But yeah, Gwen, that is a hell of a thing.
It's pretty good.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey.
So as
I only use it to steal.
so okay, so for everyone, let's see here. I'm just looking. Yeah, so for everyone here except for Solana, I need two. Oh, actually, give me a second here. Okay. So where is? They do not give the stats on them. So for all of you, for Devaney, Quen, and Melik, I need 2 D20 rolls. Solana, I need 1 animal handling check with advantage.
Bardic inspiration.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
At the gate, it's okay. You might be a late game runner.
Okay.
So then we have. Okay. I think I'm just jumping through and tossing down the results here. Then we have from Melik. Okay, then Quen's a 9. Devaney, did you roll your 2 for me?
Yeah, this should be at
there they are.
11.
Yep.
Roll
Ooh.
well.
Devaney coming in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whose side
that's,
is on?
So that's okay.
What
And
do you
then,
say,
oops, I
don't?
gotta roll 2 for the last 2.
Well, now.
I call hacks.
Okay. So, as you all watch as the small fireball goes up and again pops in the air, the dinosaurs start taking off. As everyone starts moving, everyone starts moving forward. Solana, what is your plan for the race with Tom Petty? Are you just trying to run at the normal speed? Are you trying to push him harder?
Does that exhaust him or something?
It can. It's the harder you push the dinosaur, the more unruly it's going to get, even a summoned creature.
Okay,
more
I'm gonna do normal pace for now, and maybe
Oh,
push
okay.
it harder at the end.
Okay,
Close
so
to the
let's
finish line.
see. Okay, so as you guys are. Okay. Yeah, so basically what happens is you guys make your check. As if you decide to lash him and hit him more, you can get him to move a little quicker. You don't see anyone really jumping out to do that at the beginning.
I
So
don't
we've
think
got.
Solana would have hurt Tom Petty, even though he's a summoned creature. She's a druid.
Okay. Then. Forgive me, I just gotta keep jumping back over here as I'm matching up.
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay. That's this. Wait, they don't give me the speed on that one? Come on, man. The book has lied to me, people. Yes. Missing the speed on a dinosaur, so give me a second. Okay, let's see here. And there we are. Wow. Okay. So as everyone starts moving forward, you notice almost immediately as Scarback had started to come out and just completely seems to be let's see here. Okay, yeah, Scarback does not seem to be moving at all. It's just wildly snapping back and forth. Seems like the riders seem to irritate the living hell out of it for some reason. As for everyone else, they're all within about 10 feet of each other. Solana, you're sitting up front right now. The front four actually, right next to each other, are. You have Tom Petty, Big Honker, Uptow's Favorite, and Bone Crusher. Now, as this is all going on, Melik, you have a choice to make. Anyone within, let's see here, what's the range here? Yeah, so anybody now can attack wide open. So you have specifically instructed Styles and his grung to sabotage. So who are you going after? You can literally attack the entire field. You're within 10 feet of everybody.
Who was on to Tom Petty right now?
The closest one to Tom Petty is going to be would actually be Bone Crusher, which is a young
Say that again?
Allosaurus. It's basically, it looks
Okay.
similar to Tom Petty, just slightly different. Where Tom Petty has that sort of beautiful red and brown going on. This thing is more of almost like a darker, like a real dark, almost onyx green, and then a slightly lighter green underside.
Dinosaur is a.
And the one that Styles Anklia.
I see. I'm gonna get old Grungo to use that big old club tail and take a sweep at Bone Crusher's kneecaps.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, and d20 plus 5.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll definitely bloody well hit. Okay, so let's
You're hard in
see.
this race.
So we're going after Bone Crusher now. Okay, so do me a favor. Roll a d10 plus 1. Okay, not bad at all. Bone Crusher takes 6 damage. Okay. And Solana, would you and any of the others be doing anything?
No.
Okay. Devonay, Quen, would your riders be attacking? It's free for all.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I would
gosh!
be
Hold
attacking.
up.
So again, you Quen, you are controlling Bone Crusher, who just had this four-legged ankylosaur swing its club tail right into its knees.
Gross. That's annoying. Okay, so the rider of so Bone Crush is gonna like try and leap out the way, and then like take a chunk out of the thing that hit him.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a d20 plus 6. That's definitely going to hit, so go ahead and roll a d10 plus 3.
Oh.
Okay.
A likely plan, Solana.
So and then that fires back. So okay, Grung gets smacked in the head. Devaney, you've got control of Big Honker and Ubtau's favorite, who are up front with Bone Crusher, who is currently getting sort of smacked around, and Tom Petty on the far side.
Well, they probably would, but I don't want them to go after Tom Petty. They would definitely try to attack somebody, I would think.
Well, you can roll a D9 if you want to. Let the dice decide.
D8?
Oh yeah, D8. Yeah, they want to attack
in last
themselves.
place.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
no.
see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you are that first one is attacking Scarback. So
Yes,
go
I could
ahead.
say that's Big Honker, because that's the one I wrote down first.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a D20 plus 6. Okay,
You're all
that is
amazing at
definitely
riding
good to hit.
dinosaurs.
And then roll a D12 plus 3 for me. Okay. Okay, ooh. Scarback is not looking so great on his last raid. Okay.
Oh, baby.
Would Ubtau's favorite be doing anything?
I'll just let him run straight ahead for now.
Okay. And we're going to see if the other two will do anything. Okay. And really? Alrighty then. So Nasty Boy is going to take a swipe at Banana Candy.
That's the last time we have Nasty Boy and Banana Candy. What are they gonna get up to?
You know, this is going to get awkward. Okay, so you have roll 1d20. 6. And unfortunately, that is going to oh, let's see who's oh, that'll actually hit. Okay. Okay, so that is 9 damage to Banana Candy.
Wow.
Ooh. No, if I had thought this out, I would have made a spreadsheet in the game rather than noting this all on a sheet of paper. Holy hell, Banana Candy is looking in extremely rough shape after that one bite. And then we have our last, the old man of the group, Mountain Thunder, coming in. Is taking a swipe at Nasty Boy. And that is only plus 4. Of course, that will hit. Oh my word! What's worse is these guys are getting beaten up more by this than anything else. Okay, so with that, okay, there it is on to the. Okay, I need y'all roll your d20s again. Solana, animal handling check with advantage. As we have. That's a rough roll on the second one. Holy hell, Solana.
Talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
double crit.
Okay, so
I think
Yeah.
4 helps on that case, though.
yeah. Okay, then Quen, when you have a moment, I need 2 from you. This is all of a sudden turning into a, well, maybe almost a two-person race. Okay. So as you guys watch as tails are snapping, bites are getting tossed back and forth, as Big Honker is distracted, doesn't move a muscle. Ubtau's favorite actually gets a slight surge and ends up, let's see here. They surges ahead and actually goes a little further than we anticipated him going to. Banana Candy. Okay, seems to be moving right along. Nothing too insane. Keeping up a steady pace. Bone Crusher following along. Actually, keeps going pretty standard pace with Bone Crusher as well. Grung and Styles. Even with the suggestion, Malik, the couple of attacks, just he is not 100% there this round. He is not moving from where he was. Scarback, the young T-Rex, same deal, is just not doing well after getting those couple of quick shots and is just not leaving the gate. Nasty Boy coming up, running along with everyone else. Same deal, does not move, taking a little too much of a link. Tom Petty, on the other hand, is surging ahead and is now taking the lead alone. But Ubtau's favorite is right on his tail. And that leaves us with Mountain Thunder, who is actually doing okay and has moved up a couple of spots because of some people unable to get their heads moving. So right now we have in first place Tom Petty, second Ubtau's favorite, third Bone Crusher, then we have Banana Candy, Mountain Thunder, and then Big Honker, Grung, and Nasty Boy, and Scarback bringing up the rear, just not moving. Pretty much Lyle's laying there. Okay, Malik, we'll jump to you first because of the suggestion spell. You have Styles and Grung. Currently, Grung is able to attack either Big Honker, Banana Candy, Nasty Boy, or Mountain Thunder. He's too far back to affect any of the leaders up front.
Can I say that instead of attacking necessarily, they focus on moving their butts forward and getting back in protection range of Tom Petty?
Let's see here. Yeah, so it's, if you want to do that, we'll say yes. Let's see here. Okay, so if you want to do that, yeah, if you want to do that, we'll say you can try to lash. You can say that where you gave him that specific instruction. I'll say if you want to go ahead and make, you can roll, basically have that roll at advantage, but you're going to need to make a con save for the dinosaur because you're whipping it pretty hard to keep it moving. So if you think that's how he'd interpret that, you're more than welcome to do it.
I obviously can't remember what I said, like word for word.
Basically sabotage the race and so that the pretty Allosaurus wins.
In that case, actually, well, since it's got so many people around it, a swing. I say in that case.
Say to who?
Or is it possible runners?
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
Since that was like my instruction, I'll say actually they will attack somebody nearby them instead of moving forward, because the direction wasn't to protect Solana, but to take out other racers. So I'll say they take a snap at somebody nearby.
Okay, so you've got Banana Candy, who's the furthest in front. Then you've got Scarborough in the back is still within range, Nasty Boy, and Mountain Thunder. Oh, and Big Honker.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna attack Big Honker. That's my least favorite name.
Okay, so go ahead with that. I need you to make a D20 plus 5. Okay. That is Big Honker is you. Yeah, so that'll hit. So go ahead and roll a D10 plus 1. Okay. So Big Honker finally getting invited to spar at the back. And that'll okay. Anything else Banana Candy would do? Banana Candy's a little further up, has access to actually the whole run of the field.
Banana Candy's about to get some revenge on Nasty Boy.
Okay. Go ahead and okay, so Banana Candy is where you. Okay, that is D20 plus 3. Okay. And that is unfortunately gonna fail. So as he's trying to reach back, Nasty Boy's just a little odd who manages to just skitter out of the way. Okay, so you've got those two taken care of. Okay, Devaney and Quen. Who are you guys taking swipes at? Or I shouldn't say you guys. Got Big Honker is in the back. Has access to basically the mid-range people. Can reach Bone Crusher, Banana Candy, Grung, Nasty Boy, and Mountain Thunder.
Big Honker's not going to do anything attack-wise this round.
Okay. Then we've got Uptow's favorite, who's up front. Well, in second, has Tom Petty in front. Has Bone Crusher right behind, and Banana Candy behind that.
You guys aren't going to like me, but Upto's favorite is definitely going to try to nip Tom Petty's tail.
Okay. So,
Tom's
okay.
petty.
Uptown's favorite, I need you to go ahead and make a 20 plus 5.
Ooh.
What was that?
A D20 plus 5 for the attack roll.
Me from here.
Say to who?
Like, could I potentially use some cutting words?
Let me look at cutting words, because I'm not sure. I know it uses a bardic inspiration. Huh? Yeah. Just can't remember if there is a...
Ooh, that'll hit.
What's his Tom Petty's AC?
Like 13.
Well, then
All the
there's no
dinosaurs
point.
have pretty low AC, actually.
Okay.
What I've seen. Hey. I know. We're all upset. Stop it. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, and it would have to be within 60 feet of you, so even if it would make a difference, you're not that close to them for it to be able to work. But, so that will hit. So, Devaney, I need you to go ahead and a D10 plus 1 for me.
And I'm using the Allosaurus sheet, right? So
Yep.
that okay. I'll
Just
keep
make sure.
track.
What's the Allosaurus's hit points?
51.
Oh, okay. So, Devaney, whenever you're ready, a
Yee.
D10 plus 1. Ooh.
Not a lot.
Okay, so that is 3 off of Tom Petty. Okay, so that's so your Devaney's to Quen. You've got Bone Crusher and Scarback in the end. What's Bone Crusher doing? Bone Crusher's currently in third. Just watched Uptow's favorite take a chomp in the back of Tom Petty's tail.
Okay, so Bone Crusher is going to try and knock Uptow's favorite down. Get him to fall down.
Alrighty then, so go ahead and make a D20 plus 6. Okay. So that will hit. So go ahead and roll your brain freeze. Where the heck are you, Bone Crush? There we go. D20 plus 6. Okay, that'll definitely hit. So go ahead and roll a D10 plus 3. Okay, so as Bone Crusher slams its tail into the back of this sturdy four-legged Triceratops, it sort of stumbles a little bit and seems to almost like catch its step for a second, but it's still on its feet and moving forward. But it does take a chunk, well, rather a rather big bump.
Does Tom Petty get a turn to attack?
Yep.
Does that mean that he loses? I'm confused. Does that mean they lose like movement or?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yes, basically everyone surges forward, and then as they're looking around to see who's around him, that I guess I'll say that stride ends.
Okay.
It's who's close, what can I do?
Okay. So I'm gonna have Tom Petty attack Upto's favorite.
Okay. So D10 plus 3. Sorry, D10 plus 6.
Yeah,
D20 plus 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll definitely hit. In the race, though, we're actually using a more standardized damage because most of them don't have full health.
Oh,
roll a D10 plus 3. That would one-shot half of the racers.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Uptow's favorite, you said?
Yes.
Okay. That's gonna... You can see Uptow's favorite has taken some serious beatings here as we come through. So... Banana Candy took a swipe at Nasty Boy, if I remember correctly, a moment ago. So
And
Nasty
missed.
Nasty Boy's gonna take one right back.
Nasty.
Because, you know, he's nasty.
It's nasty.
And
That'll probably hit.
that would, yep, so that'll hit him. So now we go, it's 1d10 plus 3. Okay, so that is, Banana Candy is in really rough shape at the moment.
Too sweet for this race.
Yeah, you know, Banana Candy just somebody shouldn't have caramelized him so much. As you guys know, well, actually, I should say, Melly, you're really the only one who notices this because you're external to it. And some of the other races in the back just notice Bone Crusher's just starting to stumble a little bit back, and Banana Candy's starting to stumble back and forth a little bit. Looks to be more than a little unsure on its feet. And that will end that round. So I need your D20 rolls from everyone again. At Solana again, animal handling at advantage. Okay. Wow.
Lana, we are pulling this off.
A lot of sweating bullets. Like, oh my god.
Okay, so we got
She's not going wee. Like, she thought she'd be like, wee, that's fun. But no. Terrified.
Okay, then we got. Okay, and then we're just waiting on Quen. Just checking real quick. Okay, wow. Poor big honker, man. He just ain't going anywhere. I'm telling
You
you.
need me to roll a d20, Matt?
2 D20s, please, for Bone Crusher and Scarback. If Scarback ever decides to leave.
In the starting gate. Oh no.
Oh.
Poor, wow, man. So we're just going to rule
Okay.
Scarback out. Scarback is so far back at this point. And actually, this is turning into a little bit of a runaway, it appears. As... Oh, wait, no, that was actually a 13 for Scarback. What's Scarback's... Oh, nope. Yeah, Scarback is, still hanging out in the back. And then 1, 2 I rolled. Oh, hey, he moves. Okay, so trying to catch up now. Actually, every single person failed except for Solana and our friend Mountain Thunder. So Mountain Thunder starts charging to catch up. Is still a ways back. But Solana and Tom Petty have taken a rather sizable lead. Closest person behind them is over 50 feet away. Currently, Tom Petty and Solana cannot be attacked by any dinosaur. So we have Tom Petty and Solana taking a lead up just over the halfway point of the race so far.
Okay.
Falling behind them, we have Ubtau's favorite at 125 feet. Bone Crusher is now side by side with Mountain Thunder coming in, and let's see, that's sort of tied for third. Then we have Banana Candy wobbling on roughly his last feet. Big Honker behind him, and then Grung and Nasty Boy hauling it way up in the back, and Scarback still sort of just laying in the gate.
His rider has to be just like, I better just get off and walk.
So with that, Solana, there ain't nothing you can do at this point, as you're just running along. Devaney, you have Uptown's favorite has access to, if you want to attack Banana Candy, Bone Crusher, and Mountain Thunder. Big Honker has access to attack Banana Candy, Grung, Nasty Boy, Scarback, or Mountain Thunder.
Big Honker will attack Banana Candy, and Upto's favorite is just going to concentrate on trying to catch up.
Okay. So for Big Honker, that's a D20 plus 6. And yeah, this is Banana Candy. It ain't hard to hit banana, so go ahead and roll your damage. That's 1d10 plus 3.
All the fruit. Bananas, easiest to hit.
Hey, you know, I played Fruit Ninja. As you guys watch, is this large for a young T-Rex. You guys have been a little closer to some, but this T-Rex then all of a sudden just lets out a horrifying roar as it whips its head over and slams its mouth down on the back of this Hadrous. Melly, as you are watching from the stands, you see the teeth sink in and rip flesh from the back of this dinosaur as the body collapses. There's no rider.
Melik, we're having a long talk.
So, Solana's got no idea this happened. Solana just
Fun
hears a
is-
roar in the background. You're so far up ahead.
Okay.
Well, didn't he say the crowd is in it for the blood?
Solana hears that
But
roar
I
and this
don't
ka-chumph. And this poor Hadrosaur just crumples to the ground.
Is anyone else concerned for my general well-being at this point?
And
Yard
Solana,
everybody.
you've probably seen a very familiar hawk fly in front of you a couple times.
Okay. If I can see through my sweat-drenched face, cursing Melik the entire time. I've got a plastic Not a plastic, a paper bag in one hand.
Okay, so we've got Big Honker did that. Uptow's favorite's just running. Quen, you've got Bone Crusher, who has access currently to Big Honker, Uptow's favorite, and Mountain Thunder.
Can I have Bone Crusher try and like sprint ahead? Oh, what place is he in right now?
No sprinting.
Okay, so Bone Crusher currently is in. Let me see here. Currently, is in third place.
Okay.
So, if you want, you can definitely lash him harder. In order to do that, go ahead. Actually, yeah. So if you lash him hard, go ahead and make another D20 roll for Bone Crusher.
Whoa, a crit.
Okay, so now with that being said, I also need you to make a. Okay, let's see. This is Bone Crusher.
On.
Okay, so I need you to roll a D20 plus 2 for me.
Three.
Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So is Bone Crusher is able to charge ahead with that, so that is okay. So that gives you what's up. Okay, so actually, as this is going on, Solana, you start to hear the pitter-patter of feet coming up behind you as
What
Bone
pitter-patter?
Crusher is neck and neck with you now.
Oh no. Okay, I guess I'll take a chomp at Bone Crusher.
You better not. You
Okay,
better
so
watch it.
Oh, I can't. 12. Don't want to hit.
so no, that will because Bone Crusher's now Allosaurus, so that
Sorry.
will not hit, unfortunately. So as you get the two of you, then we have let's see. Mountain hasn't done much. Mountain's going to take a swipe at Ubtau's favorite because he's right in front of him, and we'll see what happens here.
And Uptow is all of our gods. He doesn't have a favorite. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled that wrong. That was supposed to be. Oh wait, no, that was right. No, it really wasn't. It was supposed to be a +4. So that is a
Yeah,
17 to hit. Yeah, that still ends up hitting. So
Yeah.
okay, that is 1d8 plus 2. Okay, that's the weirdest way I've ever typed something to roll, but whatever. Okay, so Uptow's favorite takes another little poke. And yeah, the other one I have control of really doesn't have it. So with that, ends that go. Okay, I need D20 rolls again. Melik, this time only one from you, as Banana's
Ooh,
not
wow.
around.
Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so go ahead and
The dang thing.
20.
okay, ooh, that is nice. Okay. We have. Okay, Quen, when you have a moment, I need 2 D20s from you. Okay. Wow, catching right up. Okay. Then. Okay. And so as we move through, the only people moving ahead this time are, actually, let's see, Mountain Thunder trying to catch up is moved into third place.
Mm-hmm.
Solana still keeping first, coming up near the end. Solana, you are within 70 feet of the closing point.
Okay.
And with Devonay, Big Honker has finally got his feet moving and is now up at the 100-foot mark. So right now we have Tom Petty coming in first at 230 feet out, Bone Crusher at 180, Mountain Thunder coming in at 140, Uptown's Favorite at 125, Big Honker at 100, and that's really all that's in the race. Grung and Styles are stuck back in 6th and 7th now because one of them is KIA.
It felt like a worthy investment at the time.
Hey, it helped at the beginning a little. That's probably why some of these people are dead or knocking on death's doorknob. So with that, Devonay, right now, basically you've got Big Honker's got access to the mid pack. It's Big Honker, Uptown's Favorite, and Mountain Thunder.
Well, I think he would attack Mountain Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and so Big Honker, haven't had to use him in a bit. That's a
Sorry, what was that?
D20 plus 6. Okay, so that's going to hit. So go ahead and give me a D12 plus 3. Okay, so that is 6 to poor Mr. Mountain Thunder. Ain't done nothing to nobody and just gets chomped on by a Tyrannosaur. Okay. Uptow's Favorite doing anything?
I think he's going to speed up.
Okay, so go ahead and roll another D20 for me see if he's moving anywhere. And then I need you to roll a D20 plus 2. Okay, so he does manage to charge ahead and actually has managed to come up and take second place, passing Bone Crusher, and is just 30 feet behind Tom Petty at the moment. That brings us over to Quen. You've got Bone Crusher. You have Tom Petty way up ahead of you, and you have just had Uptown's Favorite, the Triceratops, charge past. What's Bone Crusher going to do?
How far away from the finish line are we at this point?
For Bone Crusher is about 120 feet. Solana's only 70. Solana can see the finish line ahead.
I want to catch up to Solana.
Okay. So go ahead. If you're trying to, let's see here. Okay, so go ahead and make your second D20 roll. Okay, so let me see. What was the first? Second? Okay, so this is Bone Crusher. Okay, so with advantage, as this jockey starts just beating on Bone Crusher, trying to get the thing to move, so, this dinosaur is literally goes on a complete rampage.
Ooh.
And starts screaming bloody murder. As all of a sudden, there are multiple, as you are watching, crossbow bolts firing from the sides.
Oh!
And over the period of 10 seconds, all through and along the two sides across leading up towards the neck, this dinosaur is peppered with crossbow bolts and collapses onto the ground, bleeding.
Ooh, bad luck.
As
I broke it.
the guards had to put down a rampaging dinosaur. And Bone Crusher, who was attempting to charge ahead to catch up, is unfortunately fallen out of the race as the jockey pushed it a little too hard, leaving Solana up front with Ubtau's favorite following right behind.
Damn.
But, like, despite all of that just going down, Grung's gonna try and charge up.
Okay, make a d20.
He ain't doing nobody any good.
Go ahead and make your d20. That'll definitely do it. So now I need you to make a d20 plus 2 for me. Okay, so Grung is going to come charging up now, and actually gets up to about 120, 125 feet. Still a ways back, but is now caught up with the likes of Mountain Thunder and Big Honker. Still got a long ways to go to potentially even try to catch up with Tom Petty and Ubtau's favorite. Okay, so let's see here. We've got him charged up now. Yeah, the others, even if Nasty Boy and Scar were to try to get whipped, they're not going to catch up here, so I'm just going to drop them. We're going to skip those rolls so we can save a few moments here. So I need 2 d20s from Devonay. Yeah, actually, Quen, if you want, you can roll one for Barback. He's still back at the starting line. Wow, okay, that's, I guess, Grung's coming along for the ride. And Solana, an animal handling check.
Nice.
Okay.
Team Grifter! Team Grifter!
And with that being said, it doesn't matter because that gives our young Allosaurus the speed they needed. As Melly is watching from the sidelines, and there is a hold on, let me finish what I was
Blinding
about to
myself
type
from the-
before that roll happened. As Solana and all of them are just lashing their dinosaurs, charging ahead. Melly watching from the sidelines, Avalta in the air. As Solana coasts across the finish line, a good, actually, let me see, where is Devonay? Yeah, so with, let me just check the, how far back that one is. Yeah, that one doesn't move, so, yeah, with Solana clearing a good 100 feet in front of the closest competitor. Beat them by a third the length of the track. As the crowd is filled with probably a good 60% of people booing over losing money over the people they bet on, the normal go-tos, but a rather small vocal percentage cheering between the deaths of the two dinosaurs that in there. And again, some people have won some coin on this specific race.
Yeah, Nelly's gonna be like, oh my gosh, incredible! Oh.
So as you go and start to settle up with your bookie, he's actually looks he's not unhappy to see you, but not thrilled at the same point. So, well, it seems like you had a little bit decent luck. So, you would bet 65 gold, 14 silver. So, let's see here. This Tom Petty person was, well, odds were 1 out of 5. So, here you go. There's 325 gold and 70 silver.
Oh, it's amazing! Oh my, okay, wow. Sorry, I'm just a little bit blown away. Thank you very much, sir. This has been such a great day. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
And keep in mind, we do these about once every 2 weeks. So, well, actually, there are a couple of deaths in this one. So, yeah, might be a little longer. It depends on how soon they can catch replacements for them. But
Oh. How long do you think? I'm not going to be in town forever, but I really would love to come to another.
keep your ear to the ground and maybe 2.5, 3. When the trappers can get out and capture some dinosaurs that they can train, make sure, they won't eat the jockeys.
Ha ha ha. Well, I'm not very tall, so keeping my ear to the ground won't be a problem. I'll see you later, man.
Have yourself a good day. And it moves on to the next person, giving back smaller sums and things like that. Solana, as you sort of make your way back along the track, sort of past the 2 corpses, and back into the sort of holding pen, you see that T-Rex Scarback is just still sort of like curled, almost just curled and laying now in the entranceway, just like, yeah, I'm done. This was it for me. Get back in, you can see the small 4-legged ankylosaur sort of following a little behind you. As you're coming back into the holding pen, let's jump back over to Devaney and Quen now. As Devaney, I know you had mentioned that you had sent a Volta out at some point. Quen, what would you and Devaney be doing during this probably good, like, half an hour, 45 minutes, or potentially even an hour that these couple of races are going on?
Well, I think that Devaney and I wanted to go and watch the races. Didn't we go and watch it, I think?
If that's what you guys did, yes, definitely. Easy enough to do from where you are.
Yeah. So I think while Quen was watching the races, as they came by, he was going through a whole roller coaster of feelings and emotions, oohing and awing, crying and cheering, getting really angry, and just the whole spectrum and back again. While I'm sure Devaney just looked on, as she usually does.
Devaney would have found a more out of the way spot, but still fairly close to where the racers were passing, and sat down and viewed the race through Avalta's eyes, so she'd get a very good view of everything that was going on, right up close, personal. And so as soon as Solana crossed the finish line, she would have known, and disconnected, as it were, from Avalta, and then gone down to where Solana would be heading after the race.
Oh, okay, so it's easy enough to make your way down there. And Solana, how long does your spell last?
Yeah, Solana's booking it. Like Cinderella after the ball. Because her spell lasts an hour.
Yes, you've probably got about 10-15 minutes left, and that's the
Solana's
same
like, hi,
for you,
bye.
Nelly.
Nice to meet you. And she's like driving her dinosaur Tom Petty down to like an alley Or no one can see again. Hopefully.
So go ahead and make an investigation check so you can try to find a hidden spot as they are trying to. You're having a little bit of trouble getting out of here as there are people hooting and hollering and they're trying to bring you over to award you the trophy for winning.
Yeah, no. No. Don't want it. Thank you. Pleasure. Bye.
And as Solana is trying to figure out the best way to get away from these people in the next few moments, we ran a little over, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick break right here so we can grab drinks and whatnot. As Solana's got a couple of minutes to figure out how to try to get through a throng of people or find a nice secluded area in a massive, as she just won the Unchained Dinosaur race today. So thank you for hanging out with us. And we will be back in just a few moments to see what happens with Tom Petty and Melly and Solana as time is starting to
better
run out for their
come help.
spells. So, Mr. Producer, if you can bring us on over to break, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. It's time to find out what's going to happen to our two spell slingers. Time is starting to run low. We're going to jump in first with Melly, the slightly middle-aged gambling addict who is
Really
just
gambling addict.
made off with lost some gold at the beginning. Bet 10 gold, but bet on the favorite, so only made about 14 silver back. Second race broke flat even. Third race, though, managed to increase their earnings fivefold. Bet 65 gold and made 325 gold, but is running out of time for the Alter Self spell that has been cast. So I know you said before we went on break, you said you were looking for a nice secluded space to go in and cast your spell to alter yourself once more.
Got a question. This place got porta potties?
Oh, there's got to be a public John around somewhere. Go ahead and make an investigation check. See if we can find how quick we find one. And hope you don't roll as low as Solana did.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
that was
joke.
awful. Yeah.
Okay, it takes you all of 2 to 3 minutes to find a outhouse. So you now have your nice secluded spot, easy enough to pop in and take care of your spell work. How are you changing your appearance?
Oh, I mean, since the spell was running out, I'm just gonna go back in there and kind of like redo it.
Oh, same, literally just same looks. You're gonna stick with Melly?
I'm sticking with Melly for right now. Kind of keep a little
Okay.
bit of a low profile until I can get away from this area for sure.
Okay, so easy enough to do. Sorry about that. So you go in, you cast a spell again. Clean up.
Okay, so out a little bit, like even despite the warning that Devonate gave him last night with all this, but I think he's still a little bit nervous. So like, is there a way that I can kind of like make maybe like a perception check to kind of see if there's anybody not necessarily suspicious, but like somebody that like he's seen before during today and like again now, like someone that might be like kind of following?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. I don't really notice anything. Actually, let's see here. Let me just check one spot. Okay. Yeah, no, looking at, you don't really notice anything out of the. I mean, you notice there are people, because you're still fairly close to that whole betting center. There, you notice people that you've seen around in there, but no one that jumps out being any more or less suspicious than anyone else. A lot of them just look like they either made money, lost money. You know, they're all caught up in the sort of fever going on with the whole event.
Right, okay. Well, Melly's going to slip into that in a sense and rush over to where the awards are being given out for the races, since I assume that is happening.
Yep. So as you start making your crowd a little bit rough, but you start making your way over. It takes you good about 5 or 6 minutes to get there. So as you're getting near there, it's coming near the end of that initial hour that you and Solana had for your abilities. But before we get to you, we're going to jump back over to Quen and Devonay, who are making their way over. So, Quen, would you be following with Devonay heading over to try to get to Solana?
Gwen!
Quen.
Did Quen come back?
My mic muted.
Oh.
I saw.
So, like, while like Quen is making his way with Debonair, he's just gonna be like talking and chattering on about the race, like an excited kid, and like sees Solana and then just starts running towards Solana, cheering for her.
Oh.
Okay, so it for Devon and Quan, it takes you probably from where you guys were, we'll say probably about 5 minutes to get over toward into that area where you can see a somewhat vacant-eyed, short man who has some sort of elvish blood in him standing there. You see another individual, looks to be of a young halfling girl, and then to the right of the halfling girl you see Solana standing there with Tom Petty off a little ways behind. Each one of them has their respective dinosaurs sort of off behind them a little ways. As you guys are rounding and can see Solana, what exactly are they seeing as they come within a little bit, closer visual range to you?
Me taking out my paper bag again. Because I know shit's gonna hit the fan soon. But I'm gonna stand there and kind of pop into my paper bag and wave a little at the crowd and try not to look like I'm going to be hit by a truck.
Can we see the guy in charge of proceedings?
Go ahead and make a perception check. It's a little bit of a madhouse. You easily can spot him.
Does it look like he's moving things along, or is he just standing around? Or
he's sort of placating and playing to the crowd a little bit. Looks like it's more the pomp and ceremony. It's not a wham bam thank you ma'am, get everybody home. It's these races are a big event for people, so it's drawn out. It's think medal ceremony at the Olympics.
Alright, I'm gonna head in his direction.
I don't even have a national anthem. I was thinking more like taps, like.
Well, and what's worse is that's where my head went first, and because I'm a nerd, it turned into Star Wars. So you make it over to him, and the closer you get to him, the louder this man is yelling. And think Carnival Barker. Again, like most of the shots, a very dark-skinned individual. Huge, bright grin on his face. I mean, beautiful, perfect smile. This guy is literally just oozes salesman and charisma up to him. Like buzz cut style hair with little strips that are just shaved down to the skin on the side.
Good looking.
As he's firing off and just calling out to the crowd, and you can hear him call Styles, and people on one side start going insane and pointing into the middle, and this young halfling girl, Riku, and then again people screaming out, and then a couple of seconds later other arm goes out to the other side, and Solana, and people start cheering again. And he's just going back and forth with that a little bit as you're approaching him.
I will endeavor to get his attention.
As you turn flame down and he sees your face, and again, he is still in full adrenaline, and Carnival Barker turns to look at you, what? And just screams right in your face, and then, no, I apologize. Yes, I'm a little busy, what?
I understand my client here has won first place, but she's a very busy person, and we need to get going. So do what you need to do, Quickly, please.
Well, she has won first place. There is a ceremony here. Proceedings that must be followed.
The dinosaur is very sick. It must go for treatment.
And you have no time to consider the... Oh, I'm just so upset that you would think to take up more of my client's time than is necessary.
Well, if we are not taking up your client's time, she entered this of her own free will.
Okay, bye.
And she expects that you will be prompt in handing over whatever prize she may have won.
Oh, forget the prize. Let's just go. Gonna kill me. Kill me with the gun or dying for the stabby.
She is a very busy person.
So busy.
Is she quite okay? Why is she saying someone's going to kill her?
She is a delicate person. Maybe overwrought with the exhilaration of...
Oh, so many emotions.
She may also have a little bit of heat stroke. I'm not quite sure.
It's very hot here.
Go ahead and make a deception check with advantage as Solana is trying to help you. Well, actually, we'll say make this a straight roll because she's trying to help. She's also acting very suspicious to Melik's point.
I mean, unreal.
All right, I'd like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Well, that helped.
So you two are going back and forth talking for a few minutes. Okay. How about this then? If you claim she is so busy, we will bring her over. We will start with her. And if you can manage to get her creature past the others without incident, then you can proceed to move her dinosaur to whatever your traveling accommodations are.
I'm sure that
And then-
will not be a problem.
We will finish with her and you can have her when we're done.
Fair enough.
The dinosaur long. I like this idea. I keep hearing music. Like in real life, not in my head. No one else.
It's all in your head.
No, I do hear a little bit here and there. That's not...
Okay.
So is Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got it now too. So is you go ahead and we'll say make a animal handling check as your as Solana is being led up by this person to the front, and you are taking basically possession of.
Oh, I
Tom
did
Petty.
the animal handling. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's not you; it's Devaney who's doing this because you're walking away with.
Oh, I'm with
They-
the showmaster, and she's
Yeah,
using my...
Devaney's
Okay.
moving the dinosaur out of there,
Okay.
but it's trained and it's part of.
It acts friendly to all members of my party.
Which is the only reason she gets advantage on it.
Super trained.
So as you manage to dig away, and now what is your plan as you get out this main gate?
Well, Solana is going to have to summon another one, but I don't know if she can summon one in any distance away from her.
Let's
What is
see.
that spell's distance? I think it's like
60 feet.
okay. So she's being led one direction, where you what are you doing with Tom Petty?
So, you can dismiss him and summon him again very quickly because everybody's going to be looking at everybody else and not at me and this dinosaur that's being led away. Not very
Okay.
many people are.
Okay, I do that. Quick as a bunny. Are you muted?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to. Didn't notice that at first. But start saying, I'm trying to figure out how this will work because you're up in front of a crowd of people, and Conjure Animals has both verbal and somatic pieces to it.
Well, Solana has been acting a little erratic.
I haven't.
Not for the nervous
Joke.
to be honest.
Thank you.
He's stroke.
Thank you, everyone. It's very hot and chilled. Conjure Animals right now, man. And thank you. It's been such an honor to be here.
So we'll say, go ahead and make a. I guess we'll say make this either a performance check or a deception check with advantage. As given they're already thinking you're a little odd.
Huh.
See how well you pull this off.
Okay.
Not horrible. So, let's see. We are just going to make. Actually, we're not going to have them make. We're just going to see what their bases are. Give me just a second. Looking at our. So. Then what would
We're not even in battle, and this is like the most nerve-wracking night I've had. Riding a dinosaur, and then conquering him.
So is your okay, so that's we're just gonna see here. Oops, where am I typing? Yep, so as the crowd is just basically as erratic as Solana is at the moment, with everyone sort of going, and the leader of this little procession is proceeding to divvy out the awards and everything else. Nobody seems to notice the brief sort of switch of Tom Petty vanishing and reappearing in the same exact spot
Wow.
with all of his injuries healed.
He had one tail bite. One tail bite, one little tail bite.
So as he continues to go through the different awards and, handing out the different little trophies, you see him bring out the
Solana finally breathes. Not into her paper bag, so good.
so it comes over to see Styles and brings over what Solana you can see easily is a small, probably about 6-inch tall, about almost as wide, solid gold, 4-legged dinosaur.
Ooh.
And hands it to Styles, and the crowd's erupt as you can hear people chanting his name, and he hands him a small little brown pouch, moves over to Uriku in between the two of you, and you see what appears to be about an 8-inch tall, only about 4-inch wide, 2-legged, looks to be a golden hadrosaur. And once more sets the trophy in her, reaches down and hands it to her as she's a little shorter than Styles, who's only 5'1". You tower over the both of these two tiny individuals. And as again hands her a,
but yeah, I'm taller.
then hands her a little brown pouch, and then comes over to see you and hands you again a about the same height as Arigus. It's about 8 inches tall. But as you're looking at it, the two-legged dinosaur is almost a little thinner, looks to be a little smaller. But next to it, there is a four-legged triceratops. So he hands it to you. It appears to be solid gold, and hands you a brown pouch as well.
Wow.
And as he leans over to you and says, "Get some rest. The heat does strange things to people not from here."
Thank you, you two.
And as another 5 or 10 minutes goes by, as he's barking and just sort of reveling in the whole atmosphere. And you notice the crowd slowly starts to die down. Styles takes, actually, how long does suggestion last? That's 8 hours, right?
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's pretty wild. Let me
Yeah, I'm
see.
pretty sure suggestion is 8 hours.
It's up to 8 hours.
Actually, it's 8 hours or... Was it 8 hours or completion, right?
Yeah, I guess like part of the spell or part of the suggestion was like not to talk about this to anybody for the rest of your tiny life. So I don't know how that works, but
Oh no, that's part of it. Yeah, so no, that's actually that'll last as long as you keep constant. Is alter self concentration?
alter self is
Did we just...
got a C on it. Yeah, it's concentration.
Too late now, but oops, we missed that. Can't have both at the same time.
Boom, my bad.
Oh, that's DM missed it too. I didn't think of that at first when I wasn't looking at but Styles comes up and just says, "Oh, hi, you won. You're big."
Oh, to me?
Yes, you're big. She's smaller than me, but you're... Wow.
You're nice too. Good job there. The whole racing thing. Pretty.
I don't like the Unchained. Too many injuries.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I'm persuaded to, because I'm easily swayed. So, who knows? But good to see you here. Keep on trucking, man.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck to you. Pleasant fellow.
As Erika just sort of looks over at you and gives you just a curt nod and
I go, yeah, you too.
doesn't really say anything, but moves along on her way, and you see the crowd starting to disperse a little bit.
I stop sweating so profusely as well, and I ask, and I look around for wherever Devanay is now. Or Melly, because I know what Melly looks like.
I was gonna say, in that time, Melly is gonna come up to Solana. Wow, miss, I have to be honest. That was incredible. I totally bet on you just to see how fun it would be. I didn't care if I won or lost, but you won, and it was so amazing. So I want you to have my winnings.
You keep them, ma'am.
Honestly, I was just here for the experience. Here you go. Really, it was really incredible. And I mean, just thank you so much for today. I've had such a great time. Oh, amazing. So I'm going to hand her 250 gold pieces.
Okay.
Which puts me at about even from where I started.
No, you keep them because I got this gold sack.
Take the money, please.
Okay. Take
Okay,
the money.
great. Thank you. Thank you so much
I
for
only
today.
had 7 gold before that in my personal inventory. And how much was in the sack? Because I'll put that in the Fabio holding.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
In total?
No, for my winnings.
She's asking what's in.
Oh,
What
I
did she
have
get
no
in the little
DM's
brown
inspiration.
pouch?
So I'm above a 10.
As you're looking at it, it doesn't feel like gold.
What? I open the pouch.
Okay. As you open the pouch and start poking around in it, what you see is a second here. And the bottom of the pouch, you see what appear to be 10 dry beans.
10 dry beans. That's kind of a sham. Unless they're beans of special.
It might be magic.
They might be magic. We should all eat the beans. No, we should not eat the beans. I didn't say that. You could actually make me eat the beans. No, we do not eat the beans. Can I nature check the beans?
Sure. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're looking at the beans, it does not really seem to be 100%. Whatchamacallit? It does not seem to be naturally occurring beans that you're familiar with.
Oh.
You get the feeling that if you plant the beans, something will happen,
Ooh.
but you don't recognize the plants.
Where are we for long periods of time where I could plant this bean? Ooh, I could get a pot here. I'm gonna go in the market tomorrow.
It's mid-morning.
Ooh, I'm gonna get a pot. Does
Okay.
everyone want a bean in a pot?
Ebony is
Devine?
wondering when Solana's gonna come pick up her dinosaur.
Oh, okay, yeah, I should do that. All right, I'm gonna go like, okay, hi everyone, and I'm gonna go like lead Tom Petty away.
Okay. So as you lead Tom Petty away, and where are you trying to find somewhere to
Very discreet.
okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm so good at those.
Better.
Oh yeah,
There you
better
go.
this time.
So takes you all of maybe 20 minutes or so to find a spot, because now that you've won, as you're passing around, there's still crowds out there that recognize you. And you eventually find a spot where you duck down, you wait about 4 or 5 minutes, nobody's around, and drop your spell, Tom Petty disappears.
He did good today, though. Good job, Tom Petty.
And then as you guys are wandering around where you said you left the pot, it takes you, you can find a new number of merchants just about anywhere that'll have
Like a
pots for sale.
terracotta pot.
Yeah.
Why don't you get Quen to do a magic check on it?
Okay, Quen, do you want to do an Arcana check on my beans? That sounded really weird.
Oh, beans, let me at them.
So, as you take a look at them, Quen, you do sense a faint magical aura to them. Nothing hugely strong, but you do get the strong feeling that if they're planted, that they would sprout and grow if properly watered within a minute or so.
Say, Solana, why don't you try your green thumb on these beans and see what happens?
Sounds good. I procure a pot.
Okay, it's easy enough to get a terracotta pot. You know, you can
Okay.
charge 5 silver for it.
Okay, I'll mark that down.
They even give you a little dirt to go with it.
Nice. And there we go. I plant a bean.
Okay. Give it some water too.
Yes, I give it water.
Okay, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Ooh dear.
I love the face, Dave.
100 options for this bean. What could it be?
Could be a Tarrasque, you never
65.
know.
Oh, I hope it's a Tarrasque. Please, God.
Mario Chomp Chomp. Try again.
Okay. Give me a second. I've got to.
That would be cool,
My
though,
computer.
honestly.
Okay. Now here's a question for you. As you're doing this, where have you guys gotten to at this point?
Oh,
Are you back at the inn? Or are we just out at like right in front of the store?
Yeah, I was right in front of the store.
Alrighty then. So as you guys are standing around, we've got now the group of you. As you set the pot down, put it in, water it.
Melly is not with
It's-
him, by the way. I've once again dipped.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty then. So before we get into where it's growing, where did Melly disappear to?
Has just wandered, let's say, like, westward towards, I guess, this, like, agricultural area.
Okay.
Like, basically an open, not open, but like a very much empty spot. Engage his alter self where I can also be sure that no one is following me.
Oh, okay. So as you've disappeared over that way, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Funny.
Huh?
From last week.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what you go. No, you get a tight roll first. So as you get out, and again, as you come out through the exit, walk over and sort of set yourself up on this perch, and you just sort of watch for a little bit. You notice there's an individual following you. Currently, as which exit would you have head out from? Would you have head out the north or the south more?
North exit. I feel like the south is a little more like, the south is a little bit of a poorer district, ain't it?
Yeah, that's more the ne'er-do-wells. It's where you see the smugglers and stuff coming in that we talked about, where you were thinking about parking the canoe at one point.
All right.
Thinking, yeah, I'm gonna head out the north just to.
Oh, okay. So as you're sitting up on this hill that you dinged, you notice that there is a group of two individuals, hooded. And you really don't get a great look at their faces from this distance. But as you sort of sit down, playing it off, taking a nice relax, stretch a little bit, you notice that they stop and they're sort of tucked, like trying to be tucked sort of behind the corner of the building. But as you're sort of gazing over, definitely notice they have their eyes on you.
Okay. Let's see, how long has it been?
Since you recast the spell as Melly, probably about, it hasn't been long, maybe 25, 30 minutes tops. Still have about half an hour left on the spell.
Okay. Still not very long though. A little while. I'm gonna I will pull out in languages and just kind of study it for a bit.
Okay. And so as Melly has wandered off on her own, we now have back with Solana, Devaney, and Quen, who have standing in front of a small, basically, Ye Fantasyland pottery barn and have planted and watered a bean and left it in the pot in front. And as you wait 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute passes, and the pot breaks. And as the dirt lands on the ground, you start hearing a rumble.
Oh.
And the ground starts to shake beneath your feet as cracks start to appear.
Uh-oh.
Those are bad beans.
And that's where we're in this week's session.
You being followed and us with bad beans.
No.
I knew I should have gotten to a different location.
I died.
So-
Oh, well.
Thank you very much for those of you who have hung with us till the end of this evening's episode, as we have Melik currently being followed by some shady cloaked individuals and an apparent minor earth tremor at the feet of Solana, Quen, and Devaney that we will have to see what next week brings to our split party.
Yeah, why'd you split the party? Oh no.
This is fun. So, thank you again. For those of you who are still with us, a couple of people, thank you very much. I noticed got someone I don't recognize the name in, Cog Whistle joining us tonight. Digitio, as always, welcome in Electrical Skateboard again. As we like to do here at Proficiency Bonus, it comes to the time to award one of our players the Nat 20 for next week. What do our viewers think? Anything you guys want to chime in with in Twitch chat? Go ahead, fire it away. And players, you as well.
I love Melly, but I also like Devaney being my agent.
I want and might need that nat 20 next week, but I really have to give it to Solana for asthmatic paper bag putting up with Melik's crap riding the dinosaur.
Yeah, I have to say, Solana putting up with Melik all afternoon. You know, that was a
It's
pretty
not even lunchtime yet.
great test.
And actually, Digitio's jumping in as well. Said, Melik's suggestion was good, but, Solana's paper bag. So, looks like we've got a pretty unanimous thing that Solana is getting the Nat 20 for next week.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Digitio.
Yeah,
So,
you might need it with that whatever's happening.
Yeah, I might-
Planted.
You never know what's coming up, coming through the ground where you guys are. Never mind what Melik's dealing with over in just out of Malor's throat. So
Told you so.
Shut up, Mom. Okay?
shut up, Mom, I'm
Whatever.
gonna do what I want. So again, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget Friday night special one-shot run by Christy Mysticwater. At our mid-show break, we have the giveaway for the Dice Tray of Shame made by our wonderful friends over at Nightshade Creations. And never forget, everyone, when you're planting random seeds and having someone identify them first or wandering off because you think you're being followed, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. We'll see you all next week.
Hi, everybody.